I was in a coma for 6 years, but I could hear everything. I was just 20 years old at that time. I remember I was coming back home from college. I was on my bike when a car collided with my bike. I fell from the bike on the road, and the next thing I remember, I was in a hospital bed. I couldn't move. I could feel the light in the room and people talking around me. But I couldn't even open my eyes. The only thing I could do was hear people talking. I heard the doctor say to my parents, "Your daughter is in a coma, we don't know if she'll ever wake up or not." I could feel my stepmother and dad crying. But I couldn't do anything about it. I wanted to get up and say, "Mom, Dad, I can hear you. I'm alive." But I couldn't do anything except just listen to them. The doctors told my parents that I couldn't do anything. I was like dead, but I was not. The doctors didn't know that I could hear. My stepmother didn't want me to come back home. I heard my parents arguing. Stepmother wanted to keep me in the hospital. I was like a burden to her. My dad didn't want that. He just couldn't leave me like that. Thanks to my dad, I was sent home. I was kept in my bedroom with the life support machine attached to me. Many relatives and friends visited to see me. I could hear them crying and sobbing. But I couldn't do anything about it. For them I was dead. But I was not. Soon, people stopped visiting me. Except for my dad. My dad comes to me at night every day. He used to cry holding my hands. He used to tell me how much he missed me. I wanted to tell him that I loved him too, but I couldn't do that. My stepmother rarely visited my room. Whenever she came to my room, she cursed me. She wanted me to just die. My father worked harder to pay for my medical expenses. While my stepmother, she wanted to turn off my life support. My father denied her from doing so. Almost 1 year passed by. My dad came to me one day and said, "My baby, I can't see you anymore like this. I won't be visiting you anymore. I can't bear watching you like this anymore." My father stopped visiting my room. The only thing that stayed beside me was my dog, Jimmy. Jimmy never left my side. He was always in my room. As if he could feel that I was alive and could hear him. So my stepmother moved me to a small room. Apparently, I was just wasting her valuable space. She wanted to use my room for herself. So, she moved me to a storeroom, where there was only enough space for my bed and Mockheim. My stepmother treated me as if I was just another piece of furniture in the room. 2 years passed like that. My room was close to the living room. Soon something shocking happened. My stepmother brought home her lover. Apparently, she was cheating on my dad. Parents separated soon. My father was all alone by himself. I wanted to tell him that he was not alone. But I couldn't do that. Soon, my father sent me to a nursing home because there was no one at home to take care of me. Life became hell for me. At least at home, I could hear my dad talking. I could feel Jimmy sitting beside me. But no one was with me anymore. I could just feel the nurse coming to my room twice or thrice a day. For more years passed like that. All I knew was my name and that I was alive. All my memories felt like they were fading away. I hadn't heard from my dad for the last 4 years. Why was I even alive? Then something shocking happened. My dad visited me for the first time in years. He came to me and sat beside me. He held my hand and started crying. He said, "Baby girl, today is your 26th birthday. I couldn't resist myself from coming to you. I am going to take you back home. I have saved enough to afford a nurse at home for you." I could feel my father's tears dropping on my shoulder. I wanted to touch my father and tell him how much I missed him. I tried my best to raise my hand. I couldn't. I tried my all. I was able to open my eyes. My dad was shocked. He ran straight to the doctors. The doctors came and called it a miracle. My brain had healed itself over the last 6 years. I went through several surgeries over the next 1 year. Finally, I was back to normal. I told my dad everything. I told him that I could hear everything. Media and TV channels came running to cover my story. But thanks to my dad, I could avoid them and stay at peace. It is not a happy story. It is not a sad story. It is my story how I lost 6 years of my life. The happiest moment of my life was when I returned home and saw